I write about it so I can remember in my old age. I keep scrapbooks and I keep photographs and videos. So, but I love Asia. I lived in Singapore for 2 years and loved that area of the world, steeped in history and great culture. And recently, I'll tell you about the recent one. I was doing some lecturing on a cruise ship that went up in the Norwegian fjords, which is a beautiful area. Just love to see how people live up there. And then when I got off the ship in Stockholm, I decided to travel to the northernmost human settlement in the world.
Oh, really?
And you're probably thinking, well, where is that? Well, it's a place called Longyearbyen in the island of Svalbard. It's well in the Arctic Circle. In this area, Longyearbyen, about 2,000 people live there. It's well in the Arctic. So when I went there, there's snow on the ground, yeah, but unbelievable scenery. 2,000 people, 3,500 polar bears. So there's certain rules and regulations there, but it's a fantastic place. I'd love to go back there and spend more time. I only spent 3 days there, but it was just fantastic to see how people live there. Lovely.
So you obviously didn't go there on a cruise ship. You went there on your own, right?
Occasionally, a cruise ship does go up into that region, but it's rare. But I was in that region, so I just wanted to take the time to fly up there. It's about a 3-hour flight from Oslo up to Svalbard. And then I just stayed in a hotel there, and got unbelievable scenery. And I could talk 45 minutes just about that place, but it's lovely. I mean, these are the special places, a sense of adventure, and the ability to. It's educational for me because you get to know or learn how people live in different parts of the world, which actually in turn gives you respect and an element of acceptance. This is the way they want to be, and it's a beautiful area of the world, even though it's a bit chilly, obviously, but it's all right.
So how many continents have you been to then? Have you been to every continent?
Yes, well, except Antarctica, yeah. So I'll get that done. That's not my, I don't have to go there, but it may be on a cruise ship though, where it does go down there. But yeah, I've been to visited every continent. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So where did the bug for travel come from? This is interesting because I've never met anybody that's been to this many countries in my entire life.
Well, I probably need counseling, but no, it's just, it's, no, I used to have, I created a startup, technology startup with another guy, and we grew substantially, but we decided to expand in North America. But after we did that, we decided to expand overseas. And so I did a lot. I'm an engineer by trade, but I had to become the salesy type guy. So I did a lot of traveling internationally so we could expand our business overseas. And that worked out quite well. And so I traveled to all the countries. That's one of the reasons I moved to Asia for 2 years, just to expand that region. But yeah, so ultimately we basically became a target for acquisition, and that's what happened. So 2013, I retired early, but then it was my decision after I got bored, stupid at home, sitting down doing nothing. I got to get out. So my idea was, well, after going to all the businessy type places, I thought I'd start doing more adventure travel while I can, and that's what I've been doing for the last several years, and I still doing it because I'm a travel addict. That's the name of my podcast, but the travel addict, and that's what I keep doing today.
So when you say adventure stuff, are you going like on safaris? Are you going down like the Nile River on a boat or anything cool like that?
Let me give you a couple of examples of what I class as adventure. I trekked the Himalayas.
Wow.
I camped out in the Mongolian wilderness, which is unbelievable, and even spent a day with a nomadic family there. Recent years, I went into the world's oldest desert, stayed there in a lodge. That's Namibia. Unbelievable sunsets. I do scuba diving, so I dived in the most biodiverse marine parks in the world, Raja, Ampat, and Sipadan and Palau. So I've done that. So that's a few examples. I mean, a few years before I did went to Zambia, walk around the Victoria Falls, and I'm still doing it today. There's always a place. This bucket list, overused term, I know, but I keep adding stuff to it. I'm supposed to be taking stuff off the list, but I keep thinking of places I want to go to. But those are the more expensive stuff. One thing I did beginning of 2024 for the second time, I climbed up to Tiger's Nest Monastery in Bhutan.
Ooh, okay.
And it's about 10,500 feet up on a rock face. So I climbed that. So I got myself in shape for it. But at my age, I thought, I got to try this. And I made it. But Bhutan is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. You know, it's spiritual, but it's just scenery is unbelievable, nested in the Himalayan mountains. So anyway, that's it. It's probably
What was that like though? Climbing up there though, that had to be really physically demanding. I mean,
no, well, it's steep slopes. You can actually, it's not climbed up like vertically. No, it's a trek, but it's about 3.5 to 4 hour trek up steep slopes with drop offs on one side. So you've got to be careful. But it's probably one of the most spiritual places I've ever been to. The monastery there, Teasdale Monastery. And monks still live there today, but it's quite something when you go in this place. It's this aura of, wow, look at this place. But but the whole country itself is just beautiful scenery. And one of the happiest places on the planet as well. So
I'll tell you what, one of my big dreams, and I tell my wife this all the time, is I want to go to Iwo Jima. And it's a little island off the coast of Japan. But the reason I want to go there is because my grandfather was there during the Second World War.
Oh.
And he fought there and wanted to go. Now, he's long since passed away. He's been gone for over almost 40 years now. And always wanted to go there and get a canister of the sand, the volcanic sand,
yeah,
the black volcanic sand, and bring it back. But the price on those type of trips is that's not a cheap trip, because that's not like you have to land at a military base and it's guided, because there's still live ordnance on the island and stuff like that. But that's like probably one of, when I talk about my top 4 trips that I want to go to, that's number 1 of the top 4.
Yeah, I understand that. It's going to see you know where your family spent time, and yeah, I get that. Of course, you could go to Mount Fuji while you're in that area as well. But don't leave it too late. And that's my theory about stuff. I don't want to, when I'm lying on my deathbed, I don't want to have any regrets in my life. Damn it, why didn't I go there or whatever? So I just do it while I can, until one day the doctor says to me, Malcolm, you can't travel anymore for whatever reason it may be. But I'm still doing it while I can, basically.